So today's topic is a good one because we were talking about basically therapists and but we're not always your therapist.
Yeah.
So we are human first.
Right.
And this could also, spin into other people that can connect with, if they're not even a therapist, like whatever business you're in, I'm sure you can recognize what happens when you tell people, hey, I'm an attorney or I'm a doctor. Well, guess what? When people find out that we're a therapist, sometimes we get some, crazy questions or, and I don't know what the craziest thing you've ever, like, Robin, what is the craziest thing you ever had said to you after, you were asked or you told them you were a therapist?
Well, first of all, the funniest thing is that when people ask me, they're like, oh, okay, so what do you do, whatever. And I said, okay, well, a couple of things. I said, I'm a therapist. They always go, physical? And I go, no, matter of fact, mental. And then they just go, oh. I go, yeah. Imagine me, your therapist.
Yeah,
Let's
they're probably
go.
like, you mean you're in a mental?
Yeah. And I go, yeah, listen, I just said, listen, I just got to be crazier than my clients. And literally, and it's funny because me, I go a little sideways and they just look at me and I go, oh no, I'm being serious. Like I really am. And they just go, okay. And, I go, but you can keep talking. I mean, go ahead. And so I don't think they know what to do with me. And so, I do play with it a little bit, but I am trying to think when you said like, where is or what? I don't know. What about y'all? Like,
yeah, I don't think it's so much as what's the craziest or the funniest or, question that anybody's ever asked me. It's just people just automatically, for me, when they find out I'm a therapist, because sometimes, my conversation tells on me. Because they can kind of see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we do this all the time. This is a part of us. So when you start to talk to people, they're like, wow, you give really great advice. Or, wow, what do you do?
Who are you?
But I think the weirdest thing for me is once people do know, and I'll say it this way, family. Like when family, of course, family knows, most of your family knows. And when they see you go a little sideways, they're like, oh, you should know this. You're a therapist. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a therapist, but I'm not yours. Or when they see you come unhinged, they're like, you don't get a bad day. Yes, I do. I get a bad day.
Thank you.
There are some days that my marriage is falling apart.
Yes.
There are some days that my kids are acting crazy. What do you mean?
Yes.
So that's mainly what I deal with. They're like, well, you're a therapist. You should know this.
I agree with that. And another thing that made me think of what happens a lot is like, if they meet me and I'm like having a great conversation and then they find out and then they kind of like tone back.
That's what I was just going to say.
And they're like, have you been psychoanalyzing me this whole time? And I'm like, no, I'm like, I'm off duty. Like, first of all, I don't want to psychoanalyze anybody when I'm off duty. So like, I'm just having a great conversation with you. I'm not, and then they think I'm judging you, or it's like, no, I'm not on duty. You're not paying me by the hour. We're just having a good conversation. So I notice sometimes that's happened, especially when I'm out networking. So if I'm out networking at all these events that I have to do, and they'll find out, like they know I'm an owner of something, but then they find out it's a mental health. Oh, have you been analyzing me this whole time?
Wow.
Or they'll say, oh, you must think of, a lot about me or something. I'm like, no, I've just been getting to know you.
Listen, you ain't that cute. Like, I love you, but no.
I can imagine how awkward that is, because, and for me too, like when you go, oh, I'm a mental health therapist, they start telling me all of their life stuff.
Oh, yes.
Oh, well, I need a good therapist for my son, or I need a good therapist for my
Here's
daughter.
our number. We have a website.
I don't want to hear all that right
What's
now.
your insurance?
Yes.
Open on Monday.
Yes. And then you start to see like some people, not everybody, but like some people start to have an agenda with you too. And they're like, oh, okay, I'm going to contact you. And then like you literally only hear from them if like life advice or I have this going on and it's like a severe case or something. I'm like, I can't know this. Like I'm not your therapist.
Right. Right.
So when I know that other people like in other fields, like I know like some attorneys that obviously I work with and they said the same thing, like, oh gosh, like they're going to ask me for legal advice or whatever. And I make sure that I try to put up a boundary or I respect their boundaries of like, I'm not going to just call you just for a legal question. Like, we're colleagues or we're friends or whatever, so.
But I will say that I have had dear friends of mine that, just grown up with, and they will reach out and just say, hey, like, listen, you're the first person I thought of. And then, what you got going on or what, so, and I'll do that too, of course. I mean, because that is the beautiful network with attorneys, with doctors.
Absolutely.
And stuff. But I know even medical doctors, I mean, they're not allowed. They can, and that's the thing. like they cannot give medical advice. You cannot give, I mean, that's what people don't understand. I'm like, I mean, yes. And I think again, because mental health is just kind of new in the area, like, you know, talking about it, but I just go, no, I mean, I can't, you know, and this is what we are. So I just kind of quickly navigate them, you know, because, you know, I move pretty fast, but it is funny when they do kind of, and then me, like, yeah, as a matter of fact, oh yeah, girl, like we could go there. You may want to call somebody. No, I'm just, yeah, because I've been diagnosing you, you know, no, but I mean, yeah, because I literally don't like, I
don't either.
I
I'm
check out.
tired. I'm done.
And that's the thing. And I think because all of us are pretty well seasoned in this field.
Oh, we're seasoned.
Yes, we're well seasoned.